Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how you can integrate the Qwen205B LLM model inside your React Native application for Android using the new architecture with the help of MediaPipe LLM Inference. So let's get started. Now first let me show you guys the output. I'll quickly show you guys the output. Don't worry about this Android project. We will be using VS Code. So here you can see I have one text input and submit button, and I have a reset button as well. So I'll just enter something inside this particular thing like who is Donald Trump, and I'll just click on submit. Now I am not connected to internet, so everything which you see happens offline. So that's the advantage of this. Now here it will give us some response, so let's just wait for this. So once it has given you the response, here you can see we are counting the number of tokens left as well. So again, if I just click on submit, here you can see once I get the response again, the number of tokens will decrease. So once the number of tokens becomes 0, you have to click on the reset button, otherwise you will not get answers from this particular thing. So here if you see, if I click on submit again, now it is 579, right? Once I get the response, it will like lower down even further. So here as you can see, I get 496. If I click on reset, it goes to -1, which is fine. Now just click on submit, then it will again start giving you the response. Once you get the response, it will again come back to in the range of 600. So here you can see. So yeah, that's what we will be doing. Let's see how to do this. So first just create a React Native project. Now there is a big caveat to this. The Qwen205B model is almost around 500 MB in size. Now we will not be downloading I have not written the code to download the model. Typically in production app you should write the code to download the model from Hugging Face, or maybe you can just download it and keep it on your own server and download from your own server. It's up to you. But what I have done is that I am bundling that particular model with our application, but you should not do this in production. Your app will definitely get rejected if you bundle this big of a model inside your application. Like Google Play Store will not allow you to upload your APK. So you need to download it on the fly, but just to keep things simple, I'm not downloading it. Otherwise it will take a lot of time. So you need to go to this particular documentation, and first you need to run this particular command over here. Now you don't need to specify version. So I am using latest 81, React Native 81. So if you don't specify the version, whatever is the latest, it takes that particular version. And instead of turbo module example, you can write your own project name over here. Then you just need to scroll down, and here you can see inside specs we need to create this TypeScript file, right? But the name native local storage does not make sense in our case, so I have named it as native LLM. Now the name is very important because the same name native LLM or LLM will be used in lot other places as well. So if you come over here, you can see inside the specs folder I have created this TypeScript file called native llm.ts. okay, here I have literally copy pasted everything, so but I have made few changes. So first one, the file name is native LLM, and this name also has been changed to native LLM. Now here we will have two methods, submit prompt and reset, and here we have two event emitters because we will be constantly getting data, right? That's why we have to use event emitter. We can't just use promises. So one for token and one for on answer received. Then once you do that, here you can see inside package.json you need to copy paste this code. Now let me just go to my React Native project because we need to run some command as well. I'll just clear everything out. Okay, so here I am inside my React Native project. Then you need to just copy paste this particular bit of code which you see, and then paste it inside your package.json file like I have done over here. So here you can see I have copy pasted it. Next you need to change the name again. Here also it should be native LLM, here also it should be native LLM. One more thing which I want you to be careful about, the native word is very important inside the TypeScript file, otherwise you will face lot of issues regarding code generation. So that's why this is important. Then you just need to copy this command and paste it over here. So sorry, I don't know why I pasted this. We only require this particular thing. Okay, so just do this and paste it like this. So it will cd to your Android folder, and then it will do code generation for you based on your TypeScript file. Now this does take a bit of time, so be patient. Once that is done, I have already ran this command. So let's first see how to use it. You can just go to app.tsx, Here you can see these are all the imports which I have added. I have added one state for token, one for answer, and one for prompt. Then inside use effect we just do native llm dot on token remaining, and one subscription for the answer which we received. And once we receive the answer, we just append to our existing answer, because we get kind of like a streaming data, right, and we don't get data in one go. Then here we remove our subscription for both of this. Then here we have this text input. Here you can see I've given it some width, height, border color, border width, and color as well. And here we just pass this particular value for our prompt, and on change text we set the prompt as well. Then here is our button for submitting the prompt. So here you can see once the prompt has been submitted, we just first change the text and then call this method. Then there is one text for displaying the token, and one button for resetting the token as well. And here you can see we can call reset, and this text for displaying the answers. Okay, next if you see the terminal, here you can see the build was successful. Now if you go to the documentation again, here you can see it tells us to create this native local storage module.kt. So just go to the Android folder, app, first go to build.gradle, and here you need to add this particular dependency of com.google.mediapipe task gen AI 0.10.27. then you need to go to src, you need to go to main, you need to go to assets, and inside this assets folder you need to add this particular dependency as well. Oh sorry, not dependency, the LLM model which you have downloaded. Now I didn't tell you from where you can download it, sorry about that. So to download it, I'll just tell you the URL from where you can download it. So this is the URL. So just open this URL inside your desktop browser and you can download this. Once you have downloaded, you can just copy paste it inside the assets folder. But like I said, you should not do this for production app. You need to download it. Like you should ask the user to download it, or you can, there is some other feature in Google Play services as well where you can you can allow the user to download this when they are installing the APK, so that the actual APK size is very less. I don't know what that's exactly called, but there is one feature like this. Okay, so once you have copy pasted it, next inside Java folder, Java.com, you need to create another folder called native LLM. Now the name should be the same what you have given it for your TypeScript file. Then inside that, first you need to create this chat message.kt. So again this is the package name and these are the default code. So here we just write data class chat message. Okay, then here we create this inference model as well. Again, this I have copy pasted it from the MediaPipe documentation, so I'll simply scroll through this. Feel free to pause the video and just copy this code. Okay, then what you need to do is you need to go to model.kt as well, and here you need to add this particular model class as well. So here you can see we are using this quen205b instruct. Now this is the code. Now what is this particular path? So in our case the LLM model is inside the assets folder, right? So once the user opens the app for the very first time, I want this model to be stored inside this particular path. That's why we are passing this particular path. This is done only once when the user opens the app for the very first time. If you are downloading the model also, you need to save it to this particular location. Okay, then once that is done, then you just need to create this native LLM model module.kt. So here you can see they have also created it. Now we'll have to write our own implementation. So these are all the imports. Here we are extending this native LLM spec. Again, these are related to the token generation or token calculation. Here we create inference model. Here we get hold of our life cycle. Then inside the init, we just save the model to that particular path from assets. Here we initialize our inference model. Then here we submit the prompt. Now again, this entire thing is for calculating the tokens. I'm not really good at it. I have copy pasted it. Then here we just do inference model.generate response async, and here we get the partial result. Again, this is for calculating tokens, and here we are sending the result back to React Native side. This done callback is very useful. So suppose in case if you are disabling your text input as well as submit button and you want to re-enable it only once you get the entire response, this done callback will be very helpful. I'm not really using it, but you can use it as well. And here is tokens remaining dot update. here is our async reference inference as well, sorry, where we are again calculating our token, and this is the catch clause for it. Then this is the reset code. Okay, and here we copy the asset to our particular file, and again this entire code is for calculating the token. So I'll simply scroll through this. Feel free to pause the video and copy this code. Okay, then you need to go to native llm package.kt. so you need to create this file. Now this I have copy pasted it from the documentation, if you see over here. So feel free to pause the video and just copy paste all this particular code which is there. And finally what we need to do is inside main application.kt we need to reference this particular file as well. So that's what I have done. So if you go to rnapp2 in main application.kt, here you can see I have added this particular import, and I have added this particular line of code as well. So yeah, that's all there is to it. If you have any questions, do let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Bye.